welcome back again to my channel. So today we'll be starting with another chapter of class 9th history, which is the Russian Revolution. So yeah, today we'll be starting with this new chapter, and the previous chapter will be continuing side by side. I'll make videos of that as well, but we'll be just starting with a few topics of this chapter too. So now the first topic in this chapter is a kind of an introductory topic, which is the age of social change. Okay, so just a second. Yeah, now under this topic, they say that the French Revolution, you just consider these as arrows. So the French Revolution had led to the ideas of liberty, equality, and democratic rights. These ideas of French Revolution created a possibility of change in the society. People started discussing the possibility for the change, but the idea for the change varied all over Europe. Some wanted a gradual change, whereas some wanted change radical. Now, what had happened actually? The French Revolution, when the French Revolution happened, it created actually, it led to the ideas of liberty, equality, and democratic rights among the people of France. Now, these ideas, when they reached a wider audience, these ideas created a possibility for change in the society. So people all over the world started discussing the possibility for a change, that can this kind of a change happen, and can we get liberty, equality, and our democratic rights, right? But the idea of the change, or idea for this change, varied all over Europe. This idea was different amongst different countries and people. Now, some people wanted a gradual change, that is, a change through a slow process, whereas some wanted radical change. Radical change means, very fast, that they should be, very fast as change should be brought amongst the society. So these small opinions of different people played a very important role in shaping and influencing the history of Europe and the world. So we'll be just discussing about how this kind of a change started in Russia. Okay, so this was just an introductory topic of how the spark for the change happened. All of this happened due to the French Revolution, and now slowly you'll see that we see that the people of Russia, they also discuss about these kind of possibilities, and they also want to change. How does that happen? All of that we'll be covering in this chapter. Now, the first topic of this chapter is about the liberals, radicals, and conservatives. Now, if you see here we discuss different peoples, the opinions of different peoples. So the people who wanted a gradual change were named as liberals. The people who wanted a radical change, of course, they were named as radicals. And there were another group of people who were the conservatives. Now, who were they? We'll study about that. Moving to the first topic, which is liberals. Okay, so liberals were actually the upper middle class people, and they wanted a change in the society and they supported these all points that I've written here. So the first point says equality among religions. This should be religions and nations should tolerate all religions. First of all, their first demand was that there should be equality among different religions, and that nations should tolerate, all the nations should tolerate all the religions. There should be no disparity or no discrimination amongst different religions. Also, secondly, they opposed the uncontrolled power of the dynastic rulers. So that time the dynastic rulers had a lot more power, and sometimes they misused this power. So they opposed this uncontrolled power of the dynastic rulers. Thirdly, the liberals believed that individual rights should be protected against the government. because sometimes government, again the same thing, sometimes government used to misuse the power, and just for the reason that they had formed the government, they used to do whatever they wanted. So they believed that the individual rights against the government should be protected. Fourthly, they argued for a representative elected parliamentary government, right? And fifth, they supported well trained and independent judiciary that shouldn't be biased. Okay, now, however, they were not Democrats. Now, if you see all these qualities, you can see that these qualities are the qualities of the Democrats as well. But they were not the Democrats because they did not believe in one of the major things that Democrats used to believe in, that was in universal adult franchisee. They did not believe in universal adult franchisee, and they thought that only the people, or the men actually, not even women, or only the men who had nice property, who had property in hands, should have the right to vote, and women should not have the right to vote, right? So this was about the liberals and their demands for the change in the society. Next is radicals. Okay, so radicals basically wanted a government based on majority. That means that during elections, whichever government wins, like whichever government gets the largest number of votes, should win. They wanted a government based on majority. Secondly, they supported women's suffragette movements, that is voting rights for women. They supported that, unlike liberals who did not supported it, right? So yeah, they supported women's suffragette movements. Thirdly, they opposed the privileges of great landowners and wealthy factory owners, as they disliked the concentration of property in the hands of a few. Now, thirdly, what happened? They did not. Just a second. Yeah, they opposed the privileges because the landowners also used to get a lot of privileges, as we know, we read in the French Revolution as well. But they felt that the great landowners, they opposed these privileges of the great landowners and wealthy factory owners as well, and then they dislike, because now why did they oppose these privileges? Because they were not in favor of, they did not like the concentration of property in the hands of few. That means that only some people should not have the property, everyone should have it, right? And also this created a kind of disparity, differences amongst the people. That's why they dislike the concentration of property in the hands of few. Okay, so these were, now radicals usually, if you see, now as I told you, liberals were the people who belong to the upper middle class, and the radicals were the people who belonged to the lower class, right? Now, thirdly, conservatives. Now, who were the conservatives first of all? Now, we already know that radicals were those who wanted a radical change, who wanted to change very fast, and then liberals were those who wanted a gradual change. Conservatives first of all, they were the ruling people, rulers or people in power. So when first of all, when people were all talking about these changes, possibility for changes, they opposed these changes. At first they used to oppose the change because of course they were the ruling people, and if any kind of change would happen, all their privileges, all their wealth would get destroyed, their privileges will be taken from them, right? So of course they opposed the change. But after the French Revolution, they were ready for the change. Why? Because they knew that this French Revolution had created a spark for change, and the change was now inevitable. Now no one could stop the change from happening. So they became ready. Okay, they said, okay, We agree and the change will happen. But they believed that the past had to be respected. What all happened in the past, that is the privileges for the landowners and all such things, should be respected, and change should be brought slowly, not in a radical way. Now again they thought somewhat like liberals, that the change should be brought slowly, because of course they'll lose their privileges, if a change happens overnight. So of course, now all these ideas, differing in a society, played an important role in the world politics. Now these different ideas amongst different people played a very important role in the world politics as well. So this was about till the first topic of our new chapter, which is the Russian Revolution. We discussed about the age of social change, how French Revolution created a spark for possibilities for changes in the society. Then we discussed about different people who, views of different people who wanted change in different manners. Some wanted a gradual change, some wanted radical change, right? Though and some opposed the changes. So those were liberals, radicals, and conservatives. Okay, so I hope till here everything is clear to you guys. Still, if you have any doubts, you can leave them in the comment section below. So we'll be meeting you in the next video with the next topic of this chapter. So till then, take care and goodbye.